Hello, I'm Hannah Bluefield and welcome to Vlog My Mind. So we'll jump in this week with the latest updates, the thoughts have been going through my mind, and also I have a lovely little announcement that's all very exciting of something that I've ticked off another one of my goals for the 7 goals to achieve by March. So I've ticked one off now, so you'll find out what that is, so keep watching. If you do like this video, hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. We're on Christmas Eve, very exciting, and for once this is the first year in I don't know how many years I'm actually organised and have everything ready. Christmas presents bought, presents that I'd actually been able to spend time thinking about and make sure I got things. I mean, I only have to buy for 3 people, but still bought things that I actually put some thought in. I feel like valuable presents to the person that receiving them. So I'm really excited to give them. I've never been so excited to give presents to someone. It's really nice. Because usually this time of year has always been chaotic for me, but with the whole company changing and it just being me, what in the past for the last few years it's just been manic trying to get the diary sorted out with the weather getting worse, jobs are being postponed, pushed back, changed. A lot of people were more sick around this time of year, and then just where we are breaking for 2 weeks, trying to rearrange the diary, get things slotted in, make sure January's booked up before I finish for Christmas, just so then everything can be organised and I know what's going on. So it is generally the most chaotic time of the year, but obviously everything's changed for me and it's just been me. Despite the fact that I worked all the way up till today, I literally was out on a couple of jobs this morning, but despite that, I've been organised, I've got so much more time now that I spent the time being able to think about what I've got. So, exciting times, can't wait to give them, can't wait to share the presents, so that'd be great. One thing I wanted to point out for this week is an incredible episode of, if anyone listens to Happy Place by Fern Cotton, her podcast. Really, really incredible podcast, I recommend you listen to it. And the latest episode was with Cato, who he's now got a patch of land out in France, but he's now bought land in England and he's a farmer now instead of a DJ touring the world. And the podcast, although it was life-changing for me, so inspiring, it's motivated and altered my goals for the next few decades. It's really given me perspective on exactly what I want to do. I have this dream home with a 10-acre estate, knowing I wanted to create some sort of nature haven and have a lot of animals, a lot of wildlife, and create something really ecologically diverse. But now, listening to this podcast, it's given me so much more clarity over exactly what I can do with that space and even more land potentially to help benefit the environment and nature. And then, the most bizarre thing is, to encapsulate the podcast into a single sentence, it was about soil. Literally, it was about soil. But it's incredible, trust me, you need to listen to it. It was mind-blowing. It's really inspired me to go in a whole different, well, not in a whole different direction, but it's really just given me so much more guidance around how I want to go and where I need to focus my research and learning as I progress towards having a big patch of land with a nice eco mansion. There's a couple of quotes I wanted to pick out, and there's something that Andy Cato, I think he said he's read. I don't know if it's actually his quote, but I'm not sure. And it's, if you don't like the system, don't depend on it. I just think that's such a good point in terms of when something that's always seemed so bizarre to me, this concept that we go to a giant warehouse unit, we walk inside and we can buy anything and everything we need for food, all wrapped in little plastic bags and boxes. It just strikes me, the basic principle of walking into this unit and just buying anything and everything, it just seems so bizarre. And it's just a point where we've come to such mass production that things are that accessible, and it kind of takes the beauty away, and we take that for granted massively, I think. Just to think of having produce more locally, and just if we all had more time and we could go to the bakery and get our fresh bread made nutritious, full of vitamins and minerals from good quality soil, good quality ingredients. Go to the greengrocers and get all our vegetables full of nutrients, full of nutrition, all looking wonky and bizarre and natural, compared to this mass-produced, genetically modified array of picture-perfect items that have kind of moulded our brains to look at anything that's not perfect and go, oh, disgusting. Whereas cucumber can be like that, cucumber can be like this, and all sorts of things. Or any other fruit and veg can be different. So the podcast focused a lot on just looking after ourselves, becoming healthy, and looking after the mind and how that can impact our own happiness. And as well, it delved into bits around happiness. And one core thing I wanted to take us out of that as well, in terms of finding happiness, and Cato mentions about this concept of don't use people as a means to an end. People are their own means, people are their own end. And the concept of, we can often do things where we'll take the human out of someone and just see them as a means to an end, where we can leverage that person to get to the place where we want to go. And it's about changing your mindset around that and looking at every single person as someone who deserves empathy, who deserves compassion. I think that was really beautiful, and it was a really poignant point to bring into the podcast. It was really good, and it sort of definitely had an impact on me and has moulded my mind into thinking that way. And not necessarily that I wouldn't say I use people as a means to an end, but just in really focusing on that everyone is human, everyone deserves empathy, everyone deserves compassion, and everyone deserves a welcoming smile. That's really changed my mind and moulded how I'm going to go, and give me a lot of guidance to move forward and look at my future plans in decades to come. And something else that's been exciting that I've been discussing with my accountants is I've now got myself in the structure for the next year. I'm actually going to keep on gardening, which is really bizarre. But I do find I like having this little part-time round, and it gives me a lot of security just knowing I've got this part-time round with a bunch of customers I've had for years. And it's quite pleasant, and like the ones that I see, the ones I talk to, it's a nice opportunity to catch up and just see how they're doing. So it is quite a pleasant thing. And now that I'm doing it only part-time, it gives me security in the sense that it gives me a wage. I can make a strong, decent living off of that. Not that it will help, not one that will enable me to achieve my goals, but one that will just keep me steady and keep me going, so that I can focus on the things I really want to endeavour down. So, for example, making content, I haven't got, as I said, I've always wanted this content just to be something I make because I want to make it. I don't want it to be about having to pay bills and such, but I would like it to get to a point where it is monetized and it can make a steady income. However, I'm not under like strict pressure of that, because gardening gives me that security. However, I think that can be a positive and a negative. It can mean that you're not so you're not so devoted. However, I think I'm extremely I keep saying devoted. I do feel incredibly devoted to content creation because I'm really enjoying making these videos. Whether anyone watches or not, I just absolutely love the concept of coming up with the ideas, making the videos, editing I can't even speak today. I haven't even started drinking yet. Editing the videos and just really allowing my creative, I've always been really creative, and like for years I studied art and I've just let go of that side of myself, whereas now I'm really finding a way to get in touch with that again, but just through video, like making different thumbnails and editing in different ways and cutting all the clips together, putting them together and just moulding it into this video. I find it quite wonderful. But complete tangent, so back to the company. So I'm going to keep my part-time round, keep going with that, and reduce it right down. So I've literally got Lecky with a few tools on my drive, well, my mum's drive. And I think that'll just be really wonderful, and it will allow me to keep it going for a while, reduce everything else in the company, and just keep it all very simple. Which has opened up another opportunity where I'll be looking to create an SPV, special purpose vehicle, a separate company that will be a holder of properties. And then I'll start to look, hopefully in 2022, I'll be starting to get into property where I can buy, refurbish, refinance, rent. So I can start to become a landlord. Interesting. And I've got an idea of property and like properties I want to move on to and want to own. I definitely won't be able to afford that level of property I want straight away, but it's just stepping stones to get towards it. And also a point where I can now start to look in a couple of years, I might actually be able to get my own place and have a mortgage and be an adult. Bonkers. Which will mean I'll actually have somewhere to sit and create videos rather than going between the kitchen, the breakfast bar, my mum's room, my own room, wherever else I can find a space, the living room. It's all starting to come together, the pieces of the puzzle. It's all been a bit jaggedy, and like when I compare myself now to 6 months ago even, just everything was falling apart, complete chaos, didn't know what was happening, didn't know what was going on, getting a little bit stressed and panicky, whereas now I feel I've got so much clarity over what I want to do. I've got my clear vision of how I'm going to progress and move forward, and it's really quite exciting. And I think creating content has been really helpful for that, and it's given me a way of like unloading, offloading and venting and sharing and helping me to get excited about things and like just not, yes, it's video creation, but it's the prep work that goes into making the videos, the planning, the analysing, the thinking, all of that stuff. It really like helps you unload your brain, analyse it, and that ties in with journaling, with therapy, with meditation. So all these things, just the amalgam of all of them together, it's just been so much to help. The last point, most exciting point, drum roll, I've ordered a Tesla. I've ordered a Model 3, should expect delivery around May next year. I was gutted because I kept checking the delivery and it was like estimate delivery March, and then the day I go to order it, this week, Wednesday, the day I go to order it, suddenly it bounced to May. So I've got until May to wait, but hopefully in that time we'll be seeing me driving a Tesla. That's exciting. So that's it for Vlog My Mind. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, have a great New Year, enjoy the holidays. I would say don't drink too much, don't eat too much, but eat too much, drink too much. It's the time of year to do it. Have a wonderful time, and you'll no doubt see some sort of content throughout the holidays. So until next time.